Hello and welcome to OTC Talks. My name is Eric May. Today I'm joined by Brian Haugli, CEO of SideChannel Inc., which trades on OTCQB, as well as being a member of our premium provider directory. Welcome, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me, Eric.
So, Brian, there's been a lot of talks about the new SEC disclosure requirements for cybersecurity. Can you walk us through the mandate?
Yeah, so it recently came into play September 5th. Really the big dates that people need to get their hands wrapped around first are the December 18th date. So if your filing period for your fiscal year is after December 18th of this year, then you will be held to your first 10K to be inclusive of these new disclosures. And really what the SEC has done is, I think, very, very well thought out. They haven't required anybody to specifically do any aspect of what they've outlined. What they've required is all companies who are underneath the SEC, these SEC regulations, to disclose what they're doing around their cybersecurity programs, their governance, their risk management, even the board of directors and their oversight. There's a lot of variety of requirements in there, but it's really just about you need to now disclose what you're doing on all these aspects.
Understood. And so on OTC, QX, and QB, we have a variety of different reporting standards. Does this mandate cover everyone or just a specific subset?
So this is going to really impact any company, publicly traded company, that falls underneath SEC regulations, where they are either filing a 10K or they are a foreign 20F filer.
Okay, understood. That's helpful. So what can a company do today to prepare for these disclosure requirements?
I think the first thing they need to do is, one, determine is this applicable. It's actually kind of funny. I've talked to a number of organizations already that have just said, oh, well, we don't actually believe that this is applicable to us. Turns out they're 20F filers. And they're like, oh, actually, wow, we didn't read into that. Or, oh, we believe we're a small business, or we're a small reporting company. Well, the SEC's regulation for applicability here is very clear on who meets that small reporting company standard. And they've actually only identified about 500 of the entire SEC-covered universe of publicly traded companies that applies to. So you really need to kind of look at the requirements on your revenue, the size of your organization, to be able to determine the applicability. So first to start is this actually applicable to me? Don't assume that it's not based on past filings, your own belief of the size of your company or things like that. Really look at that. And I think that's a great step one. But that doesn't get to the heart of what's required. And really what's required then is taking a look at, what do I actually have as a cybersecurity program that's in place today? What can I point to? What can my board point to that says, hey, we're hearing about cyber risks? What can management point to and say, we are managing and overseeing cyber risks, we're reporting to the board, we're publishing this with our filings, we're disclosing what we need to. If you don't have anybody in your organization today that can really articulate or craft the narrative around what you are doing around cybersecurity, I think that's your first step to figuring out that, well, you need to start doing some work.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, thank you, Brian. This is very helpful.